September 11th, 2001. Nearly 3,000 people died, but the events of that morning didn't start in New York. They started years earlier in the deserts of Afghanistan, with one man. Osama bin Laden was born in 1957 in Saudi Arabia. His father was one of the richest businessmen in the Arab world. Bin Laden grew up wealthy, educated, privileged, but in 1979, everything changed. The Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, and bin Laden traveled there to join the fight. Not for money, not for power, for ideology. He believed foreign powers were destroying the Muslim world, and he dedicated his life to fighting back. In 1988, bin Laden founded Al-Qaeda, which in Arabic means the base, a global network of fighters trained in Afghanistan, funded by bin Laden's personal fortune. Their goal was simple and terrifying: attack the West, everywhere, at any cost. By the mid-1990s, Al-Qaeda had cells operating in over 60 countries around the world. Training camps hidden in Afghan mountains, young men arriving from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Yemen, Germany, all learning the same thing: how to kill. In the late 1990s, bin Laden met a man named Mohammed Atta, an Egyptian architect, quiet, intelligent, deeply radicalized. Bin Laden chose him to lead the attack on America. Atta handpicked 18 other men from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, UAE, Lebanon. Most of them were educated. Some had university degrees. They were not desperate men with nothing to lose. They were men who chose this. They arrived in the United States quietly, one by one, on tourist visas. They enrolled in flight schools. They learned to fly commercial aircraft. They told instructors they only needed to learn to steer, not to take off, not to land, just to steer. Here is what most people do not know. The CIA had been tracking 2 of the hijackers since January 2000. They knew they were Al-Qaeda operatives. They knew they had entered the United States, but they never told the FBI. The 2 agencies refused to share information with each other. Bureaucracy, rivalry, pride, and because of that, 2,977 people died. The 9/11 Commission later called it a failure of imagination, not a failure of intelligence. A failure to imagine that anyone would actually do this. September 11th, 2001, 5:45 in the morning. Mohammed Atta checks in at Portland Airport in Maine. He is calm. He eats breakfast. He reads a newspaper. He boards a connecting flight to Boston. At Boston Logan Airport, 4 teams of hijackers check in for 4 different flights. American Airlines Flight 11, United Airlines Flight 175, American Airlines Flight 77, United Airlines Flight 93. They pass through security with box cutters in their bags, legally carried at the time. The planes take off on schedule. A perfect September morning in America. Blue skies, no wind, visibility unlimited. At 8:46 in the morning, American Airlines Flight 11 strikes the North Tower of the World Trade Center at 470 miles per hour, between the 93rd and 99th floors. The impact is seen by millions of people on the streets of New York. At first, nobody understands what they are seeing. People think it is an accident, a terrible accident, nothing more. Then at 9:03, United Airlines Flight 175 strikes the South Tower, live, on camera, watched by the entire world simultaneously. In that moment, everyone understood. This was not an accident. America was under attack. Inside the towers, thousands of people were trapped above the impact zones. The heat reached 1,000 degrees Celsius. The stairwells were destroyed on impact. There was no way down. People called their families from office phones, saying goodbye. Some jumped rather than face the fire. First responders, firefighters and police ran toward the buildings as everyone else ran away. 343 firefighters entered those towers. None of them came back out. At 9:59 in the morning, the South Tower collapsed. In 10 seconds, a 110-story building, gone. In 10 seconds, at 10:28, The North Tower followed. A cloud of ash and debris 30 stories high swept through the streets of Manhattan. People ran, screaming, covered in white ash. The cloud swallowed entire city blocks. When it cleared, where two of the tallest buildings in the world had stood, there was nothing, just smoke and silence, and 2,977 people gone. But New York was not the only target. At 9:37, American Airlines Flight 77 struck the Pentagon in Washington. 184 people died, and then, Flight 93, the passengers on board heard about the other attacks by phone. They voted, on a hijacked plane, to fight back. They stormed the cockpit. The hijackers crashed the plane into a field in Pennsylvania, rather than let the passengers take control. The target was the United States Capitol building. The passengers of Flight 93 saved it. With their lives, within hours, the world had changed. President Bush told America the attacks would not bring fear or retreat. Across the world, people gathered with flowers and candles. Even longtime rivals offered condolences, because September 11 was not just political, it was human. That morning, 2,977 people left home. They never returned. Within weeks, America launched a war in Afghanistan. Operation Enduring Freedom began on October 7, 2001. The Taliban government was toppled within months, but bin Laden escaped into the mountains. The war that was meant to last months lasted 20 years. Over 2,400 American soldiers died in Afghanistan. Over 47,000 Afghan civilians died. The war cost $2.3 trillion. And in 2021, America withdrew. The Taliban returned to power within days, as if nothing had changed, as if 20 years and trillions of dollars had never happened. For nearly 10 years, Osama bin Laden vanished. The world's most wanted man was hiding in a compound. On May 2011, US Navy SEALs launched a secret raid. They found him on the 3rd floor and killed him. His body was buried at sea to prevent his grave from becoming a symbol. After a decade-long manhunt, the mission was finally over. Behind the numbers of 9/11 were real people. Chef Heather Ho sent final love from the 106th floor. Wells Crowther, 24, saved 12 lives before dying. Their immense bravery and love outshine the tragedy. Where the Twin Towers stood, two massive reflecting pools mark their exact footprints. Water falls continuously, surrounded by bronze edges carved with all 2,977 names. Millions visit to feel the weight and remember. The pre-9/11 world vanished in an instant. Airport gates closed to non-passengers, security added body scanners, and surveillance expanded globally. It brought terrorism home, sparking 2 decades of war that shaped an entire generation. 30 years later, the heavy questions remain. Why did intelligence fail to connect the dots? Why did a 20-year war leave Afghanistan virtually unchanged? These deep geopolitical fractures offer no clean answers, only lingering echoes of a single morning.